Welcome Metal Warriors to another interview here in Iron Madness. Today we have GUS G, so GUS, welcome here to the channel.
Thank you for having me.
I want to start for you introducing yourself to the fans. I want you to tell who is GUS G and make a little introduction of yourself.
Yeah, sure. I'm a guitar player. I play in a band called Firewind, which happens to be the band on your t-shirt today.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're a metal band. Yeah, and I've played in many other bands over the years. I mean, the band has been around for 20 years now, more than 20 years, and we've made 9 records. And what else? Yeah, we just play classic heavy metal, and this is my style of playing now.
Okay, perfect. I want to know why did you start listening to heavy metal music? It was because of someone that recommended you any band or song, whatever, and which was your first album that you heard?
Ooh, I think for me the reason what got me into this kind of style was well, back in the day when I was young, like you, there was a channel called MTV. So yeah, MTV played a lot of music videos back in the day. This is pre-internet times, of course. I'm talking about the early 90s, and you know, bands like Guns N' Roses, Nirvana, Metallica, their videos were on MTV. So when I watched, I think it was Guns N' Roses or Alice Cooper or something like that, I fell in love with the sound. You know, it was just, wow, what is this? It's heavier, and it's really cool guitar playing. And I think later on, a friend of mine at school gave me a cassette of Black Sabbath record, and I thought that was really heavy. It was even heavier than Metallica, for example. And I fell in love with Black Sabbath and the style, and I think the heavy sound really got me. From there on, I just had to discover more and more.
Okay, very interesting. So now let me ask you for your most recent tour, I guess, with Beast in Black. You have been touring with them around the whole Europe, playing in big venues, and yeah, and that was amazing. But it has been a long tour, 2 months, non-stop.
Yeah.
Months. So for me it's a bit weird nowadays to see bands going on tour for 2 months. It's not that common, so I don't know, for sure it has been amazing but exhausting too. So I want to hear your opinion, your experience touring for 2 months.
Well, I'm used to doing long tours, you know, even before, earlier in my career. But I mean, I have to say, it's not very common that a band will do like 8 weeks on the road, maybe 5 weeks, 6 weeks sometimes. But like 8 weeks, that was very rare, especially like after pandemic and everything.
Yeah.
Where things are a little bit still strange. Like I know that some tours have not done that well. Some bands, you know, everybody's to deal with a different reality nowadays, and you know, the inflation and all that stuff and financial things. So it's not very common that a band goes out and does 2 months on the road.
No.
But you know, they asked us to join that tour, and we thought, sure, why not? We have the opportunity to play in 20 countries and play like 42 shows, I think it was. Yeah, and it was an amazing tour.
A lot.
It was really well attended everywhere. So yeah.
So my next question was also about the Beast in Black tour, and it was because of the style. I don't think Beast in Black and Firewind has the same style, so music genre or whatever. So of course playing in big venues full of people, it has been very good, because people that didn't know about Firewind now, yes, and that's cool. But I don't know if it was your audience, your kind of people. So if you will have to tour again with a band, will you choose again a different genre, or will you choose a band with your style more or less? Probably it was very different.
It really depends, you know, on the kind of offer you get and the kind of band.
Uh-huh.
For example, we knew that Beast in Black was very different audience,
Yeah.
different demographic, different different age group as well, younger audience than the people that listen to Firewind. So we wanted to maybe the reason why we did that was because we wanted to tap into a bit of a younger generation and see what they would think about a band like us. Now, about the future, it's hard to say because it really depends what kind of band it is
Uh-huh.
and what we want to do. So, I mean, we would
Yeah.
like to keep playing for younger audiences if possible. Because you know we're a band that has been around for a while, so we obviously have fans from 15 years ago that
Uh-huh.
still follow us to this day.
Yes.
But it's also good to try to get in front of a younger generation that maybe is getting into heavy metal right now.
Yes, yes,
Uh,
of course. It's a good point
so
of view.
yeah, so we try to do a combination. You know, we can always
Uh-huh.
go out and do our own headline tours and play for like our people that know us and stuff. But it really depends on the timing and what kind of offers and opportunities are presented.
Yeah, 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 of course. Okay, so now I want uh, some of your opinions from your last album called Firewind. Probably now Firewind is in its hit moment. I don't know how to say it, but your last album and the previous one has got amazing reviews. So uh, probably they are not like the classic songs, the classic albums, but this new material has been received very well,
Yeah.
and I'm sure it's very good. So I want you to recommend the audience and the people a song from your last album.
Yeah, I personally like the track "Rising Fire."
Uh huh.
Um, I mean, that was the first single that we put out
Yes.
back then, and it's a very straightforward, heavy, groovy track
Yeah.
that I think is very catchy as well.
Uh huh.
So I don't know. I can imagine that song. I would have liked that song to be bigger. You know, it's the kind of song that you can
Yeah.
almost hear. It could be a good song for like some kind of commercial or video game or something.
Yes. Yes. And now continuing with new material, you released the single "Destiny is Calling," right?
Yeah.
Not so long ago. So, uh, do you know, or are you thinking about a new album, upcoming new album, or it's just a single for now? You don't have plans?
um, it's
What to
actually
know?
going to. It's part of the next album actually.
Okay.
But we put it out a bit early. I think the reason why we rushed to put out a new song now is because we had a 2 month tour with Beast in
Yeah.
Black, so we thought, why not play something new?
Of course.
And I mean, right now, as I'm speaking to you, we're working on the new album, so we are recording the rest of the songs, and
Okay.
I don't know when the next single is coming out, but
Mm-hmm.
we're trying to finish everything
Yeah.
in the next couple of weeks, if possible. I don't know. I'm actually going out to do a solo tour in a couple of weeks,
Yes.
so
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm trying to finish all the guitars before I leave, and then give it to Dennis, the guy who's going to mix the album.
Uh huh.
But anyways, just so I don't confuse anybody, it's part of the new album that is in the works right now. We're hoping to finish everything by
Yeah.
summer and start releasing more singles.
Okay. Okay. So we will have new material from Firewind. That's amazing. I remembered about your quite recent solo career album, Quantum Leap. Well, I wanted you to explain us about the album, and I wanted to know, in addition, if you have thought about using one of those riffs for a Firewind song, or using one songs but adding lyrics. I don't know.
It's always a little bit of a thing, you know. Whenever I start writing stuff, like, okay, some of the material could easily end up on a Firewind record, or vice versa on a solo record. But you know, when it's especially with Quantum Leap, because it was consciously it was a conscious decision to make a full instrumental album.
Yes.
I think it was easier for me to write stuff like that. So I went into that with a mindset of, okay, I'm gonna focus a lot on the guitar. I'm gonna let the guitar be the main voice, if you like. So I didn't think so much about, okay, this could be in Firewind or something like that. So I was just focusing on doing that. But sometimes when I collect ideas and when I write stuff on my computer, I don't know where it's gonna end up, you know, because I write riffs and I put them in some folder, and then I go back months later and I listen to it again. So a lot of the times I don't know if it's gonna be Firewind or solo. It depends.
Well, so now that we're talking about going on tour, songs, and all of that stuff, I want to know that for sure it is, but I want your answer. If it's difficult to make a set list for a tour, because you have a lot of albums, you have a lot of hits that people want to hear, classics, but you have new songs that, of course, I'm sure you want to play too, and your fans want to hear too. So it's a difficult work, I guess. How do you do it?
Well, the most difficult part is when you play like a support sets, or, you know, like a special guest slots, where when you have like 40 or 45 minutes, it's hard to cover 9 albums. Yeah. So I mean, on this last tour that we did, we tried to, I mean, we played one new song, we played a couple from the last album, and then the rest we tried to make a little bit of a best of, and or, you know, for example, we even played a cover, which is Maniac. But the reason why we did that, because that's like a dance hit, and it's been one of our most popular songs, actually, even though we didn't write it. But it fits with, for example, it fits with what Beast in Black is doing, so that's why we put it there.
It is.
If we were touring with a heavier band, we probably would not play it. It really depends, you know. Like when you do a support tour, it's hard to fit all those 20 years into 40 minutes. But when you do a headline, okay, it's a little bit easier. You can make like a best of set list. It's still hard because there's a lot of material, but yeah.
Okay, yeah. Quite curious. With band or artist would you like to make a collaboration or make an album, whatever? Any band, any artist?
Hard to say, man. I don't know. There's a lot of people I admire, a lot of musicians that I like. Hard to say. I mean, as a guitar player, maybe it would be, I mean, I think it would be great if I did maybe something with Joe Satriani someday, because he's one of my heroes, and or like a collaboration with somebody like Taylor Momsen from Pretty Reckless. I think she has a great voice. Or somebody like Lizzie Hale from Hailstorm. I love rock voices, you know, so yeah, that would be great.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
My next question is about you as a fan. I don't know if you usually go to concerts, to shows, but I want I want to know which was the last show you went, paying the ticket as a big fan of the band.
Ooh, it's kind of hard because I I haven't. I mean, I go to a lot of shows, obviously, because they're my shows. But I
Yeah.
go to I go to a lot of festivals, and I see a lot of the bands there. You know, if I want to see
Okay.
somebody, I will stick around and see them. Probably the last one might have been Black Sabbath, like 15 years ago or something.
Okay. Okay. I have some questions prepared here. It's like a little parenthesis. It's not about music. Okay. So the first of these three questions, it is about what you like to play when you were a kid. Your hobbies. I don't know, video games or board games. What did you like to play?
Um, I was never I don't know. Probably I played a little bit of board games, and then I remember I
Okay.
had the Atari. That was the only
Yeah.
video game I had, but I didn't really get into it. I thought the graphics
Uh-huh.
sucked, so so I don't know. We used to go to these arcade games
Uh-huh.
back in the day,
Yeah.
so I would play some games there, and but usually I would do like some sports with my friends. I would play soccer or football,
Okay. Okay. That's
with my
cool.
friends.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay, and now I have here three movies, and I want you to rate them to give points from 1 to 10, okay?
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
The first one is the saga Star Wars.
I have not seen it.
Star Wars? No?
I've seen some Star Wars movies, but I have not seen
Okay.
them all. I'm
Okay,
not a
it's,
fan of Star Wars. So.
no? So the movies you saw?
Yeah, to me, Star Wars, it's like I would say for like visual effects and stuff like that, it's like a 10 out of 10. But
Okay.
as a interesting sci-fi movie for me, it's like a 5.
Okay.
So,
It's okay. And let's try with the next one is Lord of the Rings. Have you seen it?
yeah,
What do
I'm
you
not a
think?
fan of that either.
No? You don't like it. No, it's
I
okay,
thought
it's
it was
okay.
boring. Yeah.
It was boring, okay. The last one is Back to the Future.
Okay, yeah, that's a cool movie. I like
Yeah?
that. Yeah. Ooh, I will probably give this a I think it's like a 7.5.
Okay, no, it's great, it's great. So you said
Yeah.
you prefer other kind of cinema, of movies. There's a film or a movie that you really like?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big Stanley Kubrick fan. I like his movies
Okay.
a lot. Like Space Odyssey
Yes, yes.
or Clockwork Orange, Eyes Wide Shut, like uh, The Shining, like movies like that.
Okay.
And I like sci-fi movies as well. Just Star Wars just isn't my thing so much. I mean, I'm like from sci-fi. My favorite movie is Blade Runner.
Let's go with the last question,
Okay.
which is not really a question. It's time for you to tell the fans your future plans, if you have, to tell whatever you want to your Spanish audience, to your Spanish fans, and whoever is watching this. So now is your time, and you can talk.
Well, thank you very much for having me here. It's a pleasure,
Thank
and yeah, thank you to all the fans in Spain that came out to see Firewind, whether they knew us or if they're new to our music. Thank you for checking it out, and we hope to see you out there. And we're gonna be putting out new music later this year, and just keep an eye out on Firewind. Check us out on social media and keep in touch with us. And thank you for the opportunity.
Okay, so nice. Thank you so much, Gus. Hope to see you very soon.
Hope so.
If we can, as a headlining show, not support band, with more time.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah, I hope so too next time. Yeah. I'm sure it will happen.
So, Metal Warriors, thanks for being here. And Gus, come on.
Metal Warriors, nos vemos en la próxima.